President John F. Kennedy said he wanted someone to go to the moon and back by the end of the decade. That was achieved in 1969 by Neil Armstrong. Now, you might be wondering, why would we do something we have already done? Well, America has plans to go to Mars someday, but before they can go to Mars, they want to go back to the moon. The mission is called Artemis. The reason for that is because NASA wants to have sustainable life on the moon. They want to stay on the moon for several weeks instead of just a few days. NASA wants to do this so they can learn how to prepare for years on Mars. In space, radiation is more of a threat than on Earth. Now, if you're wondering about supplies, the ISS can be resupplied often. It would cost so much more, thousands of times farther to resupply things. NASA would also like to create new spacesuits for the astronauts on the moon for things that will be occurring on Mars. NASA would also need to create vehicles for astronauts for space that need to be pressurized and unpressurized so they can move around. Another main reason for trying to get this done as soon as possible is to get there before China. China is USA's main competition after the Russian space program withered away. China wants to send taikonauts to the moon by 2030. China might have plans to make the moon their territory if they make it there. If we are to make it back to the moon, we will have more of it to study, like the rocks and the things on the moon. With all the reasons, I think we should go to the moon to study it and try and live on it. Also, we can learn more about how our technology works on the moon. I think it's good that we try to live on the moon and experiment so one day we can visit Mars. If we can learn about what is on the moon, then we can one day all go to the moon.